Oh, welcome back to Vanderbilly.com. This is part two of a three-part lesson on the Byrds turn, turn, turn. In this part, we'll cover the verse and chorus. So let's get started. Okay, this is a strange song because the chorus actually comes before the verse. The chorus is to everything turn, turn, turn because it's always the same. And the chords in are basically a D chord, a G chord, a G over F sharp, so you're just moving this finger down to this E string second fret, and then an A, and you add your pinky at one point to get an A suspend 4. Those are the chords in the chorus, and there's also an E minor at one point. All right, but the beginning of the chorus, you could strum it, and if you just strummed it freely, it would sound like. But to get more of the McGuinn sound, what you do is you use your pick and just one finger. You don't have to do all kinds of crazy finger picking. You can just do a pattern that's kind of like this. You strum the D once, and then play the D string and the B string. So then you come over and play the G. You play the bass note, the E string third fret with your pick, and the high E string with your finger. So, and then pick the D string and pluck with your finger the B string. So that would sound like. And then you do exactly the same pattern with this G over F sharp. And then you've got an A chord. You just strum that straight down. Play the A string with the pick, and use your finger, any one of your free fingers, to pick that B string third fret, and then come down with your pick and get this F sharp note. So that sounds like. And then you're back to the D chord. That's how that part works. Then when you sing "And a Time for Every Purpose Under Heaven," you're starting on the G chord, and you're playing that same pattern. So you're playing, and then the F sharp, and then an E minor, and you just play the A string, the high E, and then the D and the B, and then an A chord. And you play again the A string, the high E, pick the D, and the B. So that part is. And then you've got the signature D riff or D chord thing, which is just. And so what you're doing there is you're going from strum the D twice, and then add the E string third fret, so for D sus4, back to a D, and then have the top string open for D suspend 2, and then pick up that B string third fret, and then hammer from the open position to the full D. Okay, and that's actually the chorus, and that's pretty much all of the chords. the verse is the part that starts off with, you know, a time to be whatever, and you know it's different every time, and the chords are always the same though. And what you're going to do is after you've played that signature, then you go into you play a D chord, up down, just like that, and then play an A chord, and you strum, and you're going to do the same kind of thing that you did before. You're in the chorus. It's you're going to pluck pick the A string, and then pluck with your finger that B string 3rd fret, and then the low F sharp. All right, and then you play the high strings open with an upstroke, and then a D chord with a downstroke, open with upstroke, and D with a downstroke. Sounds pretty weird, but if you put it all together, what that sounds like is. And that's, you know, a time to be born, time to die. That's what he's playing when that's going on, and the whole verse is like that until you get to, you know, a time for peace or whatever it is, and that's a descending G chord thing again. But what you're doing there is slightly different from what we did in the chorus. You're going to pick the low E string, the high E string, and then the D, but then immediately you're going to this F sharp over G, and you're going to play that, and the high E, and then the D, and then you're going to play the E minor. You're going to play the low E string, pluck the high, and then the D, and then an A chord where you're going to strum up, up, down. So that's, and you've got to get that kind of, it's almost syncopated in there. So always try to get both hands in there. And then you do the signature D. And then you're back to the chorus.